I'm in Shenandoah National Park, and this is the Limberlost parking lot. This is mile marker 43. Yep, there it is. My little red car. It's a nice parking area here. And mostly people park here to hike the Limberlost Trail. But in my case, I am going to head over in that direction and hike some miles today on the Old Rag Fire Road. I'm gonna hike over close to Old Rag and then go down the side of the mountain into Corbin Hollow and explore that a little bit. The elevation here is 3350. Six-tenths of a mile into my hike. The elevation is 3165, and this is one of a number of feeder streams that drain down into White Oak Canyon. So here's the first one here. Goes under the road, comes out over here. .1 miles into my hike. The elevation here is 3,300 feet. Right back there, a short distance, is the Old Rag Fire Road that I'm hiking, and I turned off into this driveway just to show you this is the White Oak Ranger Station. I'm not sure how much it's used. It doesn't look like it's used all that much. But anyway, here it is, two separate cabins, and then right over there in the tree, behind the trees, there's what looks like some sort of a big, maybe it's a water pumping station, a well or something. But anyway, I'm going to keep hiking to the east on the Old Rag Fire Road until I get over to the Corbin Hollow Trail, and then we're going to go down into Corbin Hollow for a ways. .8 miles into my hike. The elevation is 2980. Fairly flat for in the mountains. That's where I came from the ranger station. Been hiking east along Old Rag Fire Road, and that's the way I'm going. I'm going to keep going. But here's a turnoff. This is the Corbin Mountain Trail. I'll have to hike this some other time. This takes you down along the ridge line of Corbin Mountain. I'm going to head down here maybe another half a mile and turn left and take the next turnoff, which is the Corbin Hollow Trail. So that goes down into the Corbin Hollow. I was looking at an old map from 1929, and I found the locations of, well, six 6 homestead locations were marked on the 1929 map. So I have those locations. I'm going to go down into Corbin Hollow and just look around. It's a little early in the season to be doing this, bushwhacking kind of stuff, but here we go. .3 miles into my hike. The elevation here is 2810. Been dropping down a little bit. That's where I came from, down the Old Rag Fire Road, which continues on down to Old Rag, Virginia. And right here is a turnoff when you're coming down from the ranger station up there. This turnoff will be right at the coming out of the hairpin turn, and there's the trailhead signpost there. And from the looks of it, it looks like this might be where the bushwhacking starts. So I've got locations for about 6 homesteads. I'm not going to do massive bushwhacking, but I wanted to hike down through here and just kind of get a look at the lay of the land here. I might come back in the dead of winter and do a more thorough search, but let me call up a couple of these points here and see if we can find them. .6 miles into my hike, I'm down to 2,620 feet. Fairly steep descent. And I came down here. The trail's up there a ways, but I saw a little beaten path down here. Here's the headwaters of Broken Back Run, which is the run that runs down through Corbin Hollow here. Okay, so Broken Back Run headwaters is there, and then I just thought I'd point this out for hammock camping. You could come down here. Look how cleared out this is. Pretty cleared out over there too. Look, find yourself a couple of trees, throw up a hammock. Not when you're expecting rain though, because I'm sure you'll get flooded out. But during nice weather, man, give me a break. I got to get way back up here to the trail though. .8 miles into my hike. The elevation here is 2460, and I stepped off the trail because I'm in the vicinity of where the 1929 map showed a road crossing over this run, and I think this might be it, because the trail's right up there. And you see a little footpath coming down here. This whole area is kind of cleared out and almost level with the stream. So I'll compare this when I get back home to the 1929 map, but this is probably it. It probably came off of that road there, which is now a trail. Probably came off of there, came down here. See how these rocks are kind of lined up here? shot across over there, and then it's too early in the season to tell for sure, but without crossing over, but it looks like it might just veer on off to the right like that and follow that north bank downstream a ways. There's 2 homesteads indicated over there too, so sometime or other I'm going to cross over there and look for them, but for now let's stay on this side. Three miles into my hike, I'm down at 2440 elevation, and I've been looking around for homestead location number 3, and this must be it. I'm within 100 feet of the 1929 map location, and then all of a sudden I started finding these big rock piles. There's a big rock pile there, and then behind me over here is another rock pile right there. See that? There's another rock pile, and then over here there's another rock pile right there, and this is up on nice high ground. Boy, when this was all cleared out, it would have been a beautiful view from up here. The trail is down the mountain just a short distance, and then further down is a broken back run. So yeah, location number 3. I'll point that out when I do the map talk. I readjusted my coordinates now, so I have accurate coordinates for this spot. I'll look around a little bit and see if I can find anything else. If not, I'm gonna continue to descend and look for sites 1 and 2. On the back side of this big pile of rocks is a super rusted out old wash tub. See that? I'm down on the trail again, looking up towards home site location 3, and look at this. This is part of a rock wall somebody built a couple feet high to maybe do a little terracing. Here's the trail. That's the way I came from, and when you see this great big huge boulder, you're just below home site 3. But I like that rock wall there. .2 miles into my hike. The elevation is 2440, and within about 100 feet of the 1929 location for home site 2, and so I think this is it. Here's a pretty good pile of rocks right here. Starts up about there, and it runs down. Trees have grown up through it over the years, down to there, and then there's a little bit of space, and then there's more rocks right down there. So I'm going to reposition my home site location number 2. I think this is it right here. I'm back down to the trail, but I'm squatting down. I found this is the driveway heading up to home site 2, right where I thought the home site was. Just before where the rock piles start, the driveway stops. Four miles into my hike, down to 2,000 feet, just a little below 2,000 feet. And within 100 feet again of where the 1929 map showed a homestead location number 1. And this is on the north side of the trail. The other two are on the south side. So and I passed another interesting thing on the way down here. I'll take pictures of it. That looks like it was some sort of a blockhouse right next to the trail. I'm not sure what it was, but anyway, this would be the homestead location number 1. Here's a great big pile of rocks all up in through here, and a great big huge tree. I can't tell what it is from here. It might be a, let me look at the leaves. Yeah, okay, it's a tulip poplar tree. It's a big tulip poplar tree going up. I'm starting to think maybe sometimes families came in here and planted these trees just to mark the locations, because sometimes when I find these big rock piles, there's a tree, big tree growing out of them. So anyway, I repositioned my coordinates to there for site 1, and then behind me right here is another smaller pile, and then there's a couple of more between here and the trail, which is over that way. I got to go back that way. It looked kind of like a driveway coming up here again. You know, one side of it was armored up and the other side wasn't. So if I can get any decent shots of that, I'll take them on the way out of here. But I'm pretty sure that this is it, because it's within 100 feet and it's on the right side of the trail, on the correct side of the trail, the north side. So I'm going to reposition my point to here. Yeah, so on my way out of here, here's the way they armored up this one side of this, what probably was a driveway right there, part of it. The road surface would have been down here, and the house is up that way towards Broken Back Run. But I got to go back this way and find my way back to the trail. Okay, I'm back out on the trail, and on the other side of the trail from home site 1 is this one. I'm just calling it a block house right now, but it's dug down into the ground a ways, and see, there's one of the walls there. It goes down a ways. There's metal stuff thrown in there at this point. Debris. There's part of the wall over there. Now, what's interesting to note about this is directly behind here is one of these feeder streams coming down the side of the mountain. So it could have been that they could have diverted part of the stream into here to keep things cold in here. Could have been like a root cellar. Something like that, to keep stuff cold, because this water coming down the side of the mountain, it's cold pretty much year round. So if they divert part of it from right over there into here, and then it could have had a drain out area, and it would have put a roof on it and to keep stuff cold. So I want to mark this. I don't know exactly what this is. It's not shown on any of the maps I have, but it's definitely here. I'm back up to homestead site number 2, and of course it's an hour or so later in the day and the sun's higher in the sky, and I noticed this now. I saw this. This is right at the top of the driveway, and the rock piles are up right up in there. This is the top of the driveway. You can see, maybe you can see those rocks where they armored up the high side of the driveway, going back down to the trail down that way. And now I can see this metal frame here. It looks to me like, it almost looks like some sort of a bed frame, because there's these little, well, they're rusted away now. Oh, well, there's one right there. You can see it. Looks like a little place where you would hang springs. See those? And then they go about every inch or so. A lot of them are rusted away. And then this would have been one, like the head end, and down there's the foot end, right down there. And then I'm not sure what this is. Could have been a side piece. And then coming off of here, going down would have been some feet. So I guess when they closed up shop here, maybe they took their mattress with them, or maybe they burned it, who knows, and then they just threw the bed frame out. But that looks like a bed frame to me. So here's a view of Broken Back Run from just below Home Site 2. Home Site 2 is on the other side of the trail, right up there a little ways. And here's, so they would have had to have come down here probably to get water. .4 miles into my hike. I'm up to 2,800 feet, and I'm back up on the Old Drag Fire Road. There's where I just came from. Just got done climbing out of Corbin Hollow. Wow. Man, is that steep. Whew. Oh. Anyway, here's the Old Drag Fire Road. So I've still got more climbing to do, but not nearly as steep as what I just did. But I got to climb up to the, it's about a mile back to the White Oak Ranger Station, and then from there about another mile back to Limberlost. So maybe 2 miles. Six and a half miles into my hike. I'm back up to 3,300 feet. I'm back to the White Oak Ranger Station. There's the driveway that goes into the ranger station. And here's the Old Drag Fire Road. That's where I came from. Up that way, it's been quite a climb. Had to get from 2,800 up to, what did I say? 3,300. And it's a 500-foot climb, and now I got about another mile back to my car. This is a map of today's hike. It's 2 quadrangle maps pasted together. The right side is Old Drag Mountain, 1994, and the left side is Big Meadows, 1994. And the purpose of the hike was to hike a pretty good section of this hollow here, which is called Corbin Hollow. The Skyland Resort is up this way. And this is Skyline Drive coming down from the Skyland Resort. And right here at mile marker 43, you turn left where it says Limberlost Trail. And there's a parking lot right here. So you park right there, and you can get on the Limberlost Trail, but you can also get on the Old Drag Fire Road. Now the Old Drag Fire Road starts here and comes all the way across to the east like this, whoops, excuse me, to here, and then it drops down like this and it goes down to Old Drag, Virginia. So right here you turn left off of the Old Drag Fire Road and you get on this trail, which is a Corbin Hollow trail. Now these little pink areas that I marked here are 6 homestead locations that I found on a 1929 map. I'll show you that older map in a minute. Now this is a very steep canyon down through here. Up through here it's not real steep, but when you starting about here it gets really steep. So what I decided to do was I looked for locations 1, 2, and 3. I did not look for 4, 5, and 6 because it was going to make the hike too long and tiring for me. I'll have to go back later and look for 4, 5, and 6. But I came down here and I found location 3, a pile of rocks. Then I found location 2, another pile of rocks. Then it's a pretty good hike on down to here. And then I looked for location 1, which is over here on the other side of the trail. I found that, and right here I found, and I guess it's associated with this Homestead 1 here, a I think I called it a blockhouse in my video, but I guess on further reflection I'd probably call it a spring house, because this pencil line here represents a spring that comes down through here and drains into Broken Back Run. And hopefully you can tell in the video, but I mean, this thing is a fairly substantial structure, and it goes down into the ground maybe 6 feet or so. And it's right next to this spring. So it looks to me like once upon a time they may have diverted part of the spring to run through this spring house. And then, you know, if it comes up out of the ground a couple feet with a roof on it, then you could keep things cold in there pretty much year round. So after I explored this area, then I basically hiked back up all the way back to my car. There's another way to hike this hollow, which would be to go way over here where the Old Rag Mountain parking is and walk up the Weekly Hollow Fire Road and then get on Corbin Hollow and come up from the bottom like this. Oh, the other thing I found, and you'll see this in the video, is right here in the vicinity of Homestead Location 3 on the old map, it shows a road going across the run and over into here. I guess it served these locations over here. Now let me show you the old map. This is Stony Man 1929. Here's Corbin Hollow, and I know this is hard. Here's the Old Rag Fire Road coming down. Here's the turnoff right there. And there on the other side of the run is locations 4, 5, and 6. Right there's where it shows the crossing over to this side. And then there's location 3 and 2 and 1. So that's where I got the coordinates off this map for those 6 locations, and then I transferred those over here onto a modern map. I like using these modern maps when I'm out actually looking for stuff, because these have the UTM coordinate grid line on there. That's what these squares are. These are UTM coordinates. These are in thousands of meters. So I set my GPS to this datum, NAD 27, and then when it gives me UTM coordinates, and I can look at the coordinates and just read them right off this map. So that's a big help when you're looking for stuff. Ended up being a pretty long hike, 7.6 miles. Took me more than 5 hours to hike it. And I only stopped maybe 20 minutes for an energy bar and to drink some water. Quite a bit of ascent, 1,790 feet. But it was a pretty interesting hike, and I'd like to go back sometime in the wintertime when the vegetation's all completely died down and look for 4, 5, and 6 over here. But you have to cross over Broken Back Run to get over there. And that was the hike for today.